Hi, it's Mike here. You have a criminal conviction in the past, or convictions. This may make you inadmissible to Canada. In general terms, for a lot of convictions, once 10 years have passed since the end of your sentence, you will be deemed rehabilitated if you have one conviction. If you have more than one conviction or certain convictions, you will not and you cannot be deemed rehabilitated. You will have to make an application for rehabilitation. First of all, you've got to look, am I eligible to make that application? Again, in general terms, after 5 years from the end of your sentence of your last conviction, you can then make an application for rehabilitation. This is not a retrial, it's an application for rehabilitation. Are you rehabilitated? Do you feel rehabilitated from previous offences and convictions? This application is not just filling out a couple of forms and sending it off. It's a very narrative driven application because an officer wants to see that you mean what you say. Obviously there are facts here, but you've already been tried, you've already been convicted of at least one conviction, so the facts speak for themselves. However, we have to look at the convictions that you may have, and what would be the equivalent conviction in Canada, and the punishment that can be given for the equivalent conviction in Canada. Again, in general terms, there are two types of conviction, two types of punishments in Canada. Two types of convictions: summary convictions and indictable convictions. A lot of convictions can be prosecuted either way in Canada, as a summary or indictable conviction. If so, that's called a hybrid conviction, which means Canadian immigration will always look at this at its worst. So if something, let's say you've been convicted of theft, someone's convicted of theft of stealing a box of matches or stealing a Maserati. Still theft. The box of matches, probably you'd get a slap on the wrist. Summary conviction. The Maserati, it'd be an indictable conviction in Canada. The fact is, Canadian immigration will look at this, that it will be an indictable conviction. So you will have to apply for rehabilitation. Again, if it's just one offence, maybe 10 years after the end of the sentence, you will be deemed rehabilitated. You will be admissible to Canada. But in most instances, you will have to apply for rehabilitation. An application for rehabilitation has a lot of supporting documents, for instance, character references, your history since the last convictions, what have you been doing with your life, what about your employment, your family life, how do you feel about the convictions that have happened before. So it is a detailed application. It's something I do an awful lot of. And it's something not to dismiss with filling out a couple of forms and sending it off. That generally doesn't work. It's a lot more detailed than that. Now I can offer different levels of service for this, and it's not a quick application. You don't think you're going to apply and next month you'll be found admissible to Canada. It doesn't work that way. Timelines are longer than this. But if you're inadmissible to Canada, you can't travel to Canada, you can't make any applications for visas or permits. So if you do have convictions, just give us a call, send me an email, and I can certainly point you in the right direction about eligibility and see where you go from there.